Hello and welcome to this first of 6 home recording tutorials. Chapter 1: Getting Started. The tutorials I have created are intended for people with little or no recording experience. I have tried to keep the information as simple as I can, with very little technical reference. If you have any questions, please email me at the following address: mark@homerecordingstudio.com.au. So let's begin. Here are some questions to be considered before you attempt recording. What are you trying to record? Instruments? If so, what type? Voice, such as a vocal group? Perhaps a solo or a voiceover? Maybe even sound effects. Once you have decided on what you want to record, you will need to look at acquiring a small amount of equipment. But we will discuss that later in the following chapter in this 6-part series. For now, let's move on and discuss the different things we can record at home and the preparation you may need so that you can record efficiently. Let's take a look at the recording space we have in our home. Here are some examples of what space you may have available in your home or apartment. The bedroom, kitchen, living room, hallway, bathroom, or garage. Keep these in mind, but let's carry on. Recording in different spaces will give you different sounds. This is because different spaces have different acoustic properties. By this I mean different shapes, different surfaces, different volumes, different noise levels. Here are some examples of recordings in different shaped rooms around my apartment. The kitchen. It has lots of hard surfaces, which means plenty of reflections of sound. There is not much here that can absorb sound. The only problem is that the fridge can sometimes create a noisy environment. The living room. This is a large space with some hard surfaces, a carpeted floor, and some furniture to disperse the sound in various directions. The bathroom. Very hard surfaces. This means a lot of reflections. We can refer to this as a very live environment. Now it is up to you. Try to find the best acoustic space in your home. It might surprise you where the best sound for your recording is. Here is a little hint. You may have noticed that surfaces like carpet, clothing, or a bookshelf seem to absorb sound reflection that we perceive as echo. There is a technical explanation for this, but perhaps I can demonstrate in this way. Imagine that the ball is a sound wave. It shoots across the room and hits a surface. Depending on how rigid the surface is, the ball will bounce off in a different way. When it hits a soft or absorbent surface, it will lose some of its energy and only bounce off a little way. If it hits a hard surface, it will bounce back a lot further. The same goes for sound. It comes back with less energy when hitting a soft surface and comes back with a relatively larger energy if it hits a hard surface. But it always comes back with less energy than it originally had. Now that you have a better idea of how sound is reflected or absorbed, you can get creative. If a room is too dead, that is no reflections, put in some hard reflective panels to breathe some life back into it. And if it's too reflective, hang up some material to absorb the sound. Here is another little hint. Start with a live room and use material to reduce the reflections rather than putting in panels to liven the room up. I used this idea when I built my recording studio. All surfaces are either timber or plaster. I have used timber to reflect the sound around the room, with additional panels to steer the sound in the right direction. Although the recording space is not huge, the reflective surface makes the room sound larger and brighter. If I need to reduce this effect, I can always hang up some blankets and roll out some carpet to achieve this. It works really well. It is a lot easier than dragging out wooden panels to liven things up. you may not always be able to select a great location for recording, so it may be inevitable that your location will have some problems. We will discuss ways to cover or overcome these problems in later tutorials. The last item I would like to mention in this first tutorial are instrument recordings. Make sure that your instrument is in good working order. It is amazing what a difference new strings to a guitar can make, or new skins and tuning to a drum kit. So do what it takes to make your instrument sound the best it possibly can. If you really like this tutorial, perhaps you'd like to donate a few dollars. There is no obligation to do so, it's just a nice gesture. Just click the donate button. It's done through PayPal, so you know it's safe. This has been a brief introduction to home recording. Please view the other videos to continue your education. If you want to learn firsthand how to go about recording at home, or recording in general, I offer personal tuition in my studio. For further information, check out the great deals on our deals page.